guys, welcome back to Legacy of the Duelist. Before we moved on to another game, I figured we should probably come back and finish up what I said, which was we'll finish up the Duelist Kingdom arc on this game. So, I was looking, and we've got a few duels to get through before we get there. This is our last one, so we have about 9-ish. So, but I figured since we've been playing some Duel Links, and I'm looking at potentially doing some Rush Duel, it behooved me to play some regular Yu-Gi-Oh first. So, gonna be a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh on this channel for a minute, but don't worry, we'll have other stuff. So, last time we beat Bakura, these guys all think it's a dream, and it looks like we got a Scream. It's Mai versus this big old clown dork, who they decided to eloquently name Panic, with a capital K for some reason. So if we win, we get my star chips so she can keep competing. If we lose, he takes ours. So, sounds like a fair game to me. Sounds like there's definitely nothing rigged in here at all. Now, Panic in the anime ran a weird one in that his deck was all based on monsters with like weird numbers. So like you can see all of our monsters have nice round 1000, 1400s, etc. And his was like, oh yeah, my card has like 1430. Or my card is like 1910. Like, no, not really a coherent strategy outside of weird numbers. And in the anime, all of his cards were good because they were like in the darkness. So I guess they gave him a zombie deck here. Which is less than good for us because our deck is kinda garbo. Oh, our only other choice is Catapult Turtle. Great. Catapult Turtle's kinda garbage. You tribute one monster and inflate half its tap points to your opponent. Mother Grizzly lets us summon any other water monster 1500 or less tap points in attack mode, so Catapult Turtle's 2000 defense points don't even matter. Alright. Polymerization. I'm assuming all we have is Guy the Dragon Champion, right? Yeah. So, Catapult Turtle defense mode. Now, the cool thing is Catapult Turtle can fire itself, which I'm not really sure how that happens. Because if the idea is that it's catapulting a monster, how do you catapult yourself? But I choose not to question it, and that seems to be our only method of really dealing with him right now. Yep, Dragon Zombie. So if we're following the anime, our next duel should also probably be a zombie. Ooh, we can use that. Is it from either player's graveyard? Yeah. Oh, we can use that. Snatch Steal lets us take any one monster on their side of the field, and in exchange we give them, well, never mind. It would give them 1000 life points, but that says no. So I guess we'll just keep doing what we've been doing. Shooting bears and wolves. Oh, this is gonna be a long duel. If we could have taken Zombie Master, it could potentially have started killing his monsters and then bringing them back to our side. And that would have been kind of cool. Ooh, Dark Magician. Unfortunately, I can do nothing this turn because without shooting my Catapult Turtle, I'm out of monsters. And the only monster I could summon right now would be Rude Kaiser, who crashes a Zombie Master and is therefore not exactly, well, good. So I think for a second we're just going to use our Horn Imp to kill Ryu Kishin and die itself, apparently. Golly, this game is gonna be slow if all we're doing is turtling. I was trying to get rid of some monsters and then start making bigger boys like Rude Kaiser. But apparently that's not gonna happen. Oh, I'm so glad we drew our third copy of Catapult Turtle. It's so helpful. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one. On the right side, nothing on his field right now can actually hurt us. Celtic Guardian. That'll work. Fuels the Celtic Guardian Yogi. Hey, it's a Mirror Force. Should just be firing these monsters at this point. There's literally nothing else to do, apparently. Because if we attack, he's just gonna blow up our cards, apparently. Oh, that was 3 very useful turns. Dragon guarding the fortress number 1. And fire. I mean, if nothing else, we're winning. Yes, I don't think you have a move. I think at this point you're just on the clock. While I slowly win by just repeatedly firing off wimps. Now, for Catapult Turtle here, he's not a terrible card. At least at this point in Yu-Gi-Oh! Not nowadays, you'd be laughed at, but... Attributing 1 monster to inflict half its attack points to your opponent in damage is not an awful effect at this point in time. On top of a 2000 body that can be special summoned by using Mother Grizzly. The problem is that it's so slow. And yeah, so as soon as he gets any monster on the field with more than 2000 attack points, it's just useless. And because you're constantly draining your resources to use its effect, you just might as well. You're just losing. Now, let's see if we can't bait him into that Mirror Force. It's an AI, I assume it's stupid. Yeah, that's why Catapult Turtle's kind of never used. But this is also one of Yugi's most bull wins. He wins this one. Metal, yeah, see, that's one of the cards he used. It's like 1350. His Panic in the anime is like really super defensive. And his big card is called Castle of Dark Illusion. Not really sure what the point of that was. And Yugi blows up its quote-unquote flotation ring. And it falls and crushes all of his monsters, and then Panic just loses. Like, he just, for some reason, that just beats him. Like, it's one of the strangest, if not the strangest, win for the King of Games in the series. Yeah, he uses lots of these power-up defensive monsters. Which, actually, speaking of, if we can get Summon Skull on the field, that's actually not terrible right now, because he'll get the 2700, he'll become 2700 because of Yami. That should be bigger than pretty much anything he's got. Ah yes, Panda Bears. The most dark and evil of the monsters. I'm surprised they didn't give him more of the older cards with weird numbers, because there are cards like Castle of Dark Illusion, which is like 1930. Like, there are weirder, like, they did print his monsters with weird stats. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't give him. Oh, hey, cool. Bye, Catapult Turtle. I guess at this point you weren't doing much, but would have been nice to have kept you. So that's Dark Mirror Force. Instead of destroying attack mode monsters, it destroys defense mode monsters, or banishes them technically, but whatever, same thing. At this point in the game, pretty much the same thing, just no monster born. If he had a third Mirror Force right there, I would have been mad. So, long duel, but yeah, considering we're on turn 30, at least it wasn't as dreadfully long as I expected. When we were chipping away with Catapult Turtle, I was definitely like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be here forever. And what would be cool is if I could get, yes, exactly, actually. That's exactly what I was about to say. Then we can make Gaia the Dragon champion. Yeah, weird that they didn't give him any of his cool monsters. Like, he's running a zombie deck for the most part. He's got a couple cards like Frenzied Panda, who I'm assuming is for the fusions that he's got right here. To make, I'm assuming it makes one of his anime cards, or it makes something good for the deck, but I don't know. So, lots of fiends, stuff like that. Weird to me that, like, the only card we saw in there that I recognized was Metal Guardian. Alright, so we beat him. Here's your star chips. Yeah, that card. Castle of Dark Illusions. That's his, like, signature card. So I guess I did give it to him. We just didn't get to see it. Yeah, there it is. So, like I said, next time we fight another zombie duelist. So Joey wakes up. Long story short, Joey got his butt kicked by Kaiba, has a nightmare, and everyone starts making fun of him. And they're like, wow, you're a loser. And he's like, okay, cool. And then he gets kidnapped because he's a loser. And he has to duel this dude, Bones, on the left, who's working for Bandit Keith on the right, who's in America. And he's mad at Pegasus, who, if you remember, is running the tournament, because he got humiliated by a child in this children's card game. And Bandit Keith's like, yo, you're gonna duel my little apprentice here. So, we duel the little apprentice here because he kidnapped us. Series weird, man. With Joey's deck, we probably want to go second. Now, this duel used to be DLC in the first version of this game. Because it was the only DLC I bought, and it was stupid hard. Because they gave Bones just like an insane amount of cards. That were like, oh, summon this, and it's just a normal summonable 2400 attack point. It's like, Joey's deck has nothing to win. Because Joey's deck is running like 1200 Baby Dragon and 1300 Tiger Axe. It's like, how do you beat 2400? But Bones' whole deck is about using zombies and then bringing them back from the graveyard. So they gave him Zombie World right here, which makes everything a zombie, so. Our Kojikaki here, who's normally a warrior, is now a zombie manhunter. So, I just think it's neat. I think Zombie World's a pretty cool card. There's a couple really good cards that go with it. Ironically, since we're playing Joey, there's the Red Eyes Zombie Dragon, who, when it destroys a monster, lets you bring back any zombie in your opponent's graveyard, which, thanks to this card, is everything. So, it just like lets you keep bringing back your opponent's monsters to use for yourself. It's pretty cool. It's recently got better with the card Doom King Ballardrock, who, when your opponent activates a zombie monster's effect, you can just shut it down, which once again with Zombie World's anything, so any effect that they activate, you can just shut down once per turn. And then he can get rid of zombies for free, and he comes back every turn. It's a really strong card. But, apparently Bones doesn't run any monsters, so apparently it doesn't matter. You know, actually, I'm curious. What did he discard for Tribute the Doomed? Stop defense, okay. I was gonna say, he discarded a monster, that was a terrible decision on his part. Because that's the only monster he's drawn. This is gonna be so sad. What's my other monster? Oh yeah, Flame Swordsman. That makes sense. Oh right, you can't tribute anything that's not a zombie while this is on the field. Use Dust Tornado to blow that up, so now we can summon our Battle Seer. Yeah, Zombie World's a cool card. When it first released, it was really powerful. I just needed a couple cards to work with it to make it actually really, like, playable. And those didn't come until years later when it was just no longer good. So, like, now it's considered okay, but it would have been... probably would have been meta at the time. Alright, so now we beat them and they trap us in this cave that they kidnapped us in. Which, I'm guessing we just kind of gloss over in this game. Yeah, this was his signature card, the Pumpkin. Pumps up all the zombies. This is the card I was talking about. Vampire Dragon. It's just a straight up normal summonable empty deck. I just want to show off the card. Yeah, whatever. I just want to show off the card. It's just a straight up V. Tribute this card. At any level 4 lower zombie, 2400. It's like one turn later, and he just gets a 2400 attack point monster. And I don't think I can show it, but there's like one card in Joey's entire deck that beats it, and it's that Shield and Sword card, which swamps their attack and defense until the end of the turn. And it's like, if Bones summons another one, you're just dead. There's just like nothing in your deck that beats it. It's so weird. But yeah, I think we'll call it there. That's 2 duels, one of which was much faster than the other. Next time, it's time for the face-off with Kaiba versus Yugi. But this time, we play as Kaiba. This is the infamous duel where Kaiba threatens to throw himself off a building if Yugi doesn't let him win. So, that ought to be fun. But until then, y'all have a good one. Goodbye.